The finest silks from the master weavers of Randalar. Come, come, feel its softness.
Chocobo
Make a nice
steaks,
gift for your
chocobo
wife.
sausage, all from greens-fed farm birds. None of the old courses you'll find elsewhere. Here, take a bite.
I've got peppers and peas, beans and beets. If it goes in a pot, I've got the lot.
Calmatives, curatives, restoratives, unguents,
Look all you like,
ointments,
sir.
poultices.
It's all fresh.
Calmatives,
Picked this very
curatives,
morning.
Restoratives, unguents, ointments, poultices. Calmatives, curatives, restoratives. Unguents, ointments, poultices. Might I interest you in a potion, milady? Perhaps a soothing salve to ease the aches of the road? I'm sorry. I wish you well, but may the mothers guide you. Calmatives, curatives, restoratives. Unguents, ointments, poultices. Calmatives, curatives, restoratives.
It's good to see you, Sid. What have we learned? The bearers are locked up in an old courthouse on the edge of town. And I hardly need tell you who is there to make sure they stay that way. Kupka's private guard. It's a trap. And not a very good one at that.
Another? What does he hope to gain from this?
I'll have the captives free before nightfall. You do nothing of the sort. Our comrades didn't give their lives for you to get your throat slit in a god's forsaken slum. So those in the courthouse should be left to suffer. That's not what I said. I simply meant it doesn't have to be you who frees them. Damn it all. You're as stubborn as the old Sid was. Just don't say I didn't warn you. You're Sid now, and if anything happens to him, we're finished.
Please, we don't know anything. You have to believe us. We'd help you if we could.
But you're helping us already.
Forgive him, my lord. He did not mean to offend.
Quiet, you!
No sign of Hugo.
I'll wager he thinks as highly of his minions' traps as we do.
Then this should be easy.
Don't hurt us. I beg of you.
Quiet means quiet, branded scum.
It's going to be all right. I'm here to even the odds. Any objections?
It's him, the outlaw. Sid's here.
Should we?
Come on.
Go! Summon
the others? The bearers?
Safe.
All right, straight into it. Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 10 of Final Fantasy XVI, Power of Thunder. Clive has claimed a portion of the Eikon Ramuh's essence. Attuning with Ramuh not only changes the elemental aspect of Clive's magic spells, but also allows access to several new iconic abilities, such as Thunderstorm, which rains Levin bolts down on all nearby enemies, knocking them back. Ability details are found on the Abilities tab in the main menu. Ramuh's feat. Ramuh's I don't, if I'm saying it wrong, I apologize. Ramuh's iconic ability, Ramuh's iconic feat, Blind Justice, can be used to lock onto and launch a barrage of ball lightning at up to 6 targets. Lightning will temporarily remain affixed to the targets and can be ignited to deal additional damage by pressing B. Lightning ignition can be initiated at any time, regardless of recovery status. Okay, we'll try to learn this.
Sid dies here!
Hold on. There we go. And then do it. Oh, you can fly while you do it? Sorry, I didn't mean to yell, but it can fly!
Count Ball's in here! Bring me his head!
How many are there?
Titan sends his regards. Enough of this! Let him play with the kitten!
They brought a pet.
You'll pay for what you've done, Sid.
Those things are fast.
We'll have to be faster.
Oh. Okay, he's not actually all that fast. I'm just being really sloppy about it.
Try.
Okay.
Help me, boy. Too slow. Let's try. Too slow.
Is that all of them? I think I got them all. Oh, hold on, I messed it up.
For me, boy. I heard talk.
I needed that. As you already.
That was too much potion.
Slow.
Get up, come on.
Nice try.
Oh!
To hell with this!
They'll tell Hugo.
Let them. There's been more than enough bloodshed for one day.
Murderer. All of our friends are dead because of you. Do you hear me? They used us as bait. Bait to lure you out of your stinking hole, all because you couldn't just let things be.
What are you even doing here? We never asked to be saved. Did you think we'd thank you? They'll never forgive us. We're all marked now.
For 5 years we fought to secure a better life for our kind. To see that we are treated as equals. Do you not want that?
What we want is to be left alone. Every time you show your faces, it is we who suffer.
It's all right. I'm sorry.
Just leave us be. This is our home, and this is where we'll stay.
Sid told us this wouldn't be easy. They'll come round.
If you say so.
We should go.
Okay, unfortunately we don't get to see where we were, like, specifically. I know that it had it on the map, but I thought that we might get a little explanation of it. Okay, there's a new description here. Amongst the unfading remnants of ambitions long forgotten, do Clive and his companions forge a path to a better tomorrow.
That night 5 years ago, we destroyed what for many was a symbol of hope. For a reason they'll never know. We cannot blame them for thinking us the cause of their misery. Though it's to give them a better tomorrow, they see only that we've made their lives harder today. Yet the boil must be lanced if it is to heal.
I can't help but wonder if we've made the right choice.
When Sid said that he wanted to create a world where we were free. Free to choose our own path. I honestly don't think it mattered to him if that choice was right or wrong. Only that it was our own.
I miss him.
A world where we can live and die as equals. That's what he wanted. What we want. And that's why I bear his name. It's why we've all chosen to bear his legacy. And I'm not going to let anything stand in our way.
Rides over, lovebirds, home sweet home. Otto was asking after you. Let's go and see him.
Never a dull moment.
Abolus, what do you know that I don't? Because we were sitting, June and I, with an entire person and a half space between us. So what's the lovebird comment about? It's been 5 years, guys. Like, what all has changed?
Last I saw, he was in the mess, as always.
All right, let's go take a look around.
Welcome back, Sid.
Finish with that log so we can call it.
Otto will want to know what happened in Cosness. I expect he'll be in the mess.
It's almost certainly the same dialogue, because it usually is.
Otto will want to know what happened in Cosness. I expect he'll be in the mess.
Okay, we go upstairs. Or up elevator. I continue to be incredibly pleased with the breadth and ambition of this story.
Sid!
Staying long this time?
Okay, that's where we're meant to go. I think we'll have plenty of time to explore later on. Oh.
Clive. Is everything all right?
So... the guy that we talked to earlier in the cutscene, he clearly knew that Clive was not the original Sid. That person does as well, and if that person does, then it seems like it would then be common knowledge. I just didn't know if Clive was full-on masquerading as though he'd always been Sid, or if it's sort of common knowledge that Sid is now acknowledged as being the symbolic leader of this resistance cell. And it seems much more to be the second. Hold on, can I talk to the Moogle? All right.
Ah, there you are, Clive. Word of your adventures arrived this morning. Victor sends his thanks.
I doubt Kupka will miss the fools he sent to catch me. Not a single one of the bearers we saved showed any interest in coming with us. No one seems keen to join hands with an outlaw. Any news while we were away?
None worth mentioning. Gav's still off keeping an eye on the Republican army. Should be back any day now.
Understood. If anyone needs me, I'll be in the map room.
Still can't work that one out. There must be better places than the hull of a gutted airship to bury your nose in a book.
Yet this is where she's chosen to be. And I'm sure she has her reasons.
Odds on Gav coming back with an extremely rakish eye patch.
I'd trust I'm not intruding.
Back from your mission? I'm beginning to think your habit of surviving cannot be attributed to luck alone.
One might say the same of you. Vivian Ninetails.
I'll have you know that only 4 attempts have been made on my life, and none was especially memorable. So, to what do I owe the honor? Could it be that you've come for one of my lessons?
Is that so hard to believe?
Very well then. Shall we start with the state of the realm? To absolutely no one's surprise, she finds herself at the mercy of armies and outlaws. Well, mostly armies. Though that's not for want of trying, is it, Clive? But the real question is, how did we get here? Long though Sambrek's dominion over northeastern Storm has endured, recent days have seen the Blight wrest ever more land from her grasp. For which reason she has continued to wage war on her rival across the strait, hoping to claim less blackened pastures. But Odin would sooner pawn his sword than Waloed relinquish Ash. And the Empire pays dearly for every blade of grass bent beneath Sambrequois boots. Little wonder then that Sylvester set his sights on the crystalline dominion, an altogether easier target, possessed of no less ether. It was 5 years ago, while you were busying yourself with the destruction of Drake's head, that the Empire made its move, subjugating its theretofore neutral neighbor. A nation which could legitimately claim to be the center of the world. Certainly, there is no better place to stage an army. From there, the Holy Empire's reach spans the Twins. The non-aggression treaty was the only thing keeping them in check. But if they truly broke the pact without provocation, it is only a matter of time before others reply in kind. The Holy Empire, the Dhalmekian Republic, the Kingdom of Waloed, and of course, our friends in Yaran. Who will be left standing, I wonder, when the last drop of blood is spilled?
You were born in Twinside. Do you not fear for your home?
Oh, dark clouds are wont to gather over the Dominion. Yet in spite of it all, she has ever endured. And when the storm has passed, I am confident she will remain. Now, as to the matter of payment for today's lesson, complete a simple errand for me and we shall consider ourselves even.
Even? Right.
Return this volume to old tomes in the shelves. Tell him it was, adequate.
I suppose it wouldn't hurt to visit our resident historian.
Well, I'm not sad. Whoops. I'm not sad to hear that Tomes is still kicking. You know, it's been 5 years. Also, not to be morbid, but Torgal was a puppy in the beginning of the game. Then it was 13 years after that, which would put him at, let's just say 13, because he seemed very young. And now it's 5 years past that. I have no idea how long wolves live. And I'm hoping it's like 40 years, because I am not ready to say goodbye. So let's just take a quick look. Oh, I really wanted to get a rundown on some of those empires that Vivienne was just talking about, but let's just take a look to see if we have any updates here. The Hideaway, established under the leadership of Clive Rossfield, who took the title of Cid after his former leader's passing and Titan's destruction of the old Hideaway. Here, a community of like-minded individuals from across the realm has gathered to build a place where people can live and die on their own terms, mostly through drowning. Like its predecessor, it is built within fallen ruins deep within the deadlands of Central Storm. If Storm is this side of the continent that's divided by the strait, I'm so sorry. What is Valithia? I feel like there's still, at this point, this is very embarrassing, but having spent a lot of time trying to follow the various proper nouns, I thought it's just a lot to take in. We'll keep going. Decidedly unlike its predecessor, however, it is located in the center of a lake, Bunamir, across whose waters any invading enemy can easily be spotted long before their arrival. I would think that would also make, like, escape really difficult. Like, it's kind of slow, but This is Tomes? It is. The Hideaway's resident historian whose love for books has earned him the nickname Tomes. Harpocrates traveled to Valisthia as a youth, seeking to unearth the secrets of this land of legend, and over the years has developed a deep knowledge of Valisthian geography, history, religion, and folklore. I really want to hear somebody say that name, and I know that I say that every single time, Valisthia. So, if the continent, or the side of the continent that we're on is Storm, and the other one is Ash or something, I'm trying to remember. Is it the whole land together is Valisthia? I'm so sorry. It's fine. It's fine. It just feels like it's very late in the game for me to not know exactly what collection of land that represents. Here's Clive. After Sid fell and his hideaway was reduced to rubble at the hands of Hugo Kupka, Clive took on both his predecessor's name and role, becoming the second Sid the Outlaw and leader of the re-established resistance. Together with the other survivors and their new recruits, he continues Sid's mission to emancipate bearers and rid the realm of mother crystals. And I'm so interested in Vivian because, as far as I can tell, she's new. A scholar and strategist who makes her home in the Hideaway, analyzing every shred of information that comes in from the wider world in order to divine the dispositions of the realm's armies and those who lead them. She offers her insight to Clive that he might better understand the lay of the land. The moniker Ninetails, of which she herself is fond, was gifted her by her fellow scholars in recognition of her ability to speak at length on almost any subject. That's a cool name. What, she made some sort of like reference like the number of attempts on her life, so I was like, oh, so she's like the target of assassins. No, it's just that she's an eloquent and interesting speaker, so they call her Ninetails because she can go on at length. I kind of like that. We're going to go talk to Tomes, but also, do you just give us a rundown on where the armies are today?
Here for another of my lectures.
Let's ask about Vivian.
One would think.
My role was abundantly clear by now. I offer you and yours the guiding light of knowledge, that of matters military and political, both past and present, that it might illuminate your way ahead. For it is only by understanding what has come before that one might steer one's way towards a brighter future. Your role, meanwhile, is to ensure that I remain furnished with as much information on the state of the realm as your people can muster, in order that I might continue to appraise the dispositions of the great nations and those who rule them. And, of course, to pay attention during my lectures. It would not do to appoint the storied Ninetails as your tutor, only to disregard her expert advice.
I admit.
When I took up my professor's bonnet and began teaching at the University of Conver, I did not think for a moment that I would one day count Sid the Outlaw among my pupils. But nor did I imagine that my fellow educators would have designs on my life, and we both know how that ended. Has it been a year already? Such is the peril of an overly inquisitive mind, I suppose. One is wont to uncover that which others would go to great lengths to ensure remained hidden. Were it not for you and our mutual friend having come to the rescue, my curiosity would likely have proved fatal. But instead, I was not only saved, but granted a new lease of life, as personal tutor to a band of outlaws, no less.
A far more reputable fellowship.
Than anything in the academic world, I assure you. So who do we think the mutual friend is? Like, immediately, like, your first thought would be Jill, but that, she would just say Jill, so it seems a little something more. It could be Gav. Maybe Gav, like, has a huge crush on her or something, like, when he gets back. Ask about the Crystalline Dominion.
My beloved homeland.
The crossroads of Valisthia. Why do you not say the name? I swear to God, not one single person has said this word. Where one only has to stroll the streets to hear news from every far-flung corner of the realm. Its mother crystal yields more shards than any other, and its lands even now remain untouched by the blight. It is a blessed country indeed.
Or at least, it was.
Until Sanbrak elected to invade and establish a new holy capital upon Twinside's heretofore neutral shores. It pains me to see the land I loved so changed, and even more to know that I did not predict it. I knew that Emperor Sylvester had designs on the Dominion, but to abandon Oriflamme, the seat of the Holy Empire since its inception, seemed too audacious a move even for him. So, once again, I don't want to necessarily see the whole cutscene again, but...
How may I help you today?
By speaking with Vivian in the Hideaway's map room, Clive can view the state of the realm and learn more about the current goings-on in Valisthea, revisit any of Ninetale's past lessons, or take a deeper look at the relationships of those individuals in Clive's orbit. A comprehensive grid of important persons and their respective relationships. We have a political map and then a situation map. So maybe we don't go super deep into this, but I just wanted to take a look at it. The Grand Cast. Here you can view a detailed visualization of the character relationships in Final Fantasy XVI that updates as you progress through the main scenario. Use left and right bumpers to cycle through pivotal milestones in Clive's adventure. Inner Voice. An all-new feature is now accessible by pressing the back button, menu button, while viewing the Grand Cast in Vivian's map room. Inner Voice affords you a window into both Clive's heart and to the hearts of those he has encountered on his journey. After opening the feature, select the character with back to hear their innermost thoughts on other members of the cast. So I don't think that we want to spend an entire episode in this, but Rosaria marches. With the Blight pressing at Rosaria's borders and forcing ever more citizens of the duchy from their homes, Archduke Elwyn rallies his nation to take up arms against the Iron Kingdom and wrest Drake's breath from their grasp. Yet tradition dictates they must first march north to Phoenix Gate to perform the rite of ancestral communion. Right, that's where we started. Oh, and then we use left and right bumper to, like, go forward on the timeline. So I feel broadly like if we needed a catch-up on, like, what all was happening, hey, how did we get here? I just took 3 months off from playing, that you could use this. Acting in concert with the treacherous Duchess Annabella, Imperial forces attack Phoenix Gate. From the chaos arises 2 icons of fire, the fateful battle between them reducing all to ash. So, Mysterious Stranger, like, can we... No, we can't. Do I press back on this person? Right, no, I believe in you. How do we listen? Can I do it here? Unavailable. So I'm pressing back. I feel like I've... Oh, wait, look. When we are Annabelle, so Joshua was to be spared. Clive, will I ever be rid of you? Torgal is a flea-bitten mongrel. How dare you? And Jill was Jill Warwick. Oh, she's got a last name. Episode 10, everybody. Jill has a last name. And also, she's an ungrateful wretch. An impediment to progress. And over here is Rodney Murdoch, Lord Murdoch. I have no more use for one such as he. But she has no opinion on, wait, what's like the deal with Ambrosia the bird? Something bad is happening. Uh-oh. He was a bird too. Oh! Oh, hold on. Ambrosia the bird recognized that Joshua was also a bird sometimes. Okay, so let's not spend... And he's sad that Torgal... Can we see Torgal's thoughts on people? Wait, just no. That's what we get about Clive. Joshua's gone. They hurt him. And where did she go? They were friends, I think. We're just now learning that Torgal had a best friend. It was Ambrosia the bird. Just no on this guy, by the way. And then this is the brother's killer. I hope she's safe in Rosalith. He's gone. I couldn't save him. Oh, interesting. So when everything ended, I hope she's safe in Rosalith about his mother. What became of him? This is Sir Wade and Sir Tyler. Okay, so we don't want to read every single one. I feel like we've been keeping up okay on the story. There's the major question is, like, how do you pronounce Valisthea? Death in the Defile. This is sort of like, we're okay on this. I will say that why don't we scroll through and then people can pause if they want to read something here. Although, wait, can we see something about Benedicta? So Benedicta had nothing. Oh, a traitorous snake about Cid. Interesting. What's his name? Hugo is such a fool. This is his loyal lieutenant, whose name we don't know. and she was serving most directly the King of Waloed. Yeah, this guy, Royal Knight Lord Commander. We've seen this guy in cutscenes, and I know zilcho about him. He is skilled with the blade, less so with people. Can I learn more about you? Okay, we only know his relationships with 2 of the people. So yeah, Benedicta didn't have a lot to say about people. And Jill also was not really present during this section. Okay, Takara Norvent is here. Some kind of associate of Sid's. Yes, I remember Quentin. He was the guy that ran the winery place. Garuda's Rage, true. This is such a cool feature if you need sort of like a catch up on everything. Yep, this was when Jill was still knocked out. Torgal, a master could not hope for a finer hound. I really want his thoughts on people, though. Nice! Torgal says of Clive, I'll always be with you. He was friends with Sid. He has a good nose of Gav, and was observing that she must be very tired because she was asleep the whole time. I really like the Torgal vision on stuff. A duchy despoiled. A lot of the bears had plunged since Annabelle became Vicereine. Why would she do this? Yeah, so Clive is definitely, as of a duchy despoiled, still not certain about what was going on with his mom. And now he cannot forgive her after the end of Eastpool when she ordered the troops to go there, and I think it was called the Purge. Onward to Orflam. Yep, this is when they went to take out the Mother Crystal. Boy, we have so many people like on the board at this point. So basically, if we need a rundown of the man that I saw at Phoenix Gate was no man. The Drake Decapitated. What a great title for anything. He was there, it wasn't an illusion. So Clive does know that Joshua is alive and still there. Based on how it was framed, I wasn't sure if he would like know that or think it was a dream or something. Oh, and yeah, Torgal saw it as well. I have to protect them all, and he says that of Joshua as well. He's fallen asleep. Oh no. This is... I have never seen anything quite like this, and I think that this is fantastic. Okay, Sid II. So this is where we are as of right now. 5 years have passed since the fall of Drake's Head, and yet the legend of Sid the Outlaw lives on. Clive has adopted both his fallen friend's name and his cause, and now leads the rebuilt Hideaway's efforts to liberate bearers in Sid's stead. So he still doesn't have any additional information on Ultima. You'll pay for what you've done. Yeah, Hugo seems to have risen as the primary antagonist for now. He does very much appreciate Jill. A master could not hope for finer hound. Gav is still kicking. I noticed that Gav still has both eyes in this picture, so maybe they use healing crystals to greater effect than I was expecting. Looks like Goots is still alive, a true artisan, a woman who will stop at nothing to help her friends. I would say this is Tarja, and I'm pretty sure that the characters in the game say it differently. Tomes is always glad to hear the stories, and a mind like no other. This is Obolus. Oh, that's the raftsman who brought us out. So it does look like Quentin is still in the picture. This person is a stalwart. Oh, that's the dame. And then we've got Martha from Martha's Rest and our man in Costnice. That's the guy who we were talking to in the previous scene. This is so awesome. Hey, if anybody ever watches this that worked on this specific feature, this is so cool. I really like it. Can we just see what Torgal thinks of everybody? Leave my friends alone, he says to Ultima. He's a very bad man. Stronger than I remember. Why, were you away for a while, Torgal? He barks a lot. She gives him treats. A big puppy. This guy is a big puppy. That's what Torgal thinks about him. He smells like air barrels. She gives me baths. Nice. He shares his Kupo nuts with me. She scratches my nose. Sometimes he howls back to me. Oh, he doesn't know what happened to Sid. We will meet again, and then over here, he's one of Sid's old pack. Okay. Rather than go through every character relationship at every period in time, I think that this is a fantastic feature. I'm very impressed with this. Anytime somebody comes on screen, we're like, who is this? Can I just see, do we know anything about this? Bearers were ever a stain on our fair nation. Forgive me, my darling boy. So she does feel bad about what happened to Joshua, but I just want to note, not that bad. Yeah, and she has basically been... She has basically been out of the story for a while, which matches our understanding of her. Okay, so the main protagonist. This is what we've got. Persons of interest. Oh, and then you can select them off the list if all you have is the name. Whoever did this was a goddamn genius. This is genius for a story that is this sprawling over this amount of time. So let's just take a quick look at the situation map.
One must understand one's place in the world.
Here you can view a detailed overview of current and past events relevant to Clive's story that updates as you progress through the main scenario. Left and right bumper cycles through pivotal milestones in the adventure. With the blight pressing... Okay, so this is all the way back at the beginning. Let's just move up to present day, I'd say. I'll go a little bit slowly in case anybody wants to pause and read a recap of where we've been. This is... I said it a couple of times, it would really help me out to have a map so that I could like sort of visually present where we've been and where all of this is happening relative to like the main thing, the main, where are we housed and then where are we traveling to and what's the physical relationship between these different groups. This is so awesome. My only question is, I'm just surprised that it has rolled out this far into the game. This seems like something that they could have had the whole way through, and I would have supported it. So, oh, that takes us back to the beginning. So here's where we are now. Clouds over storm. Sam Breck's conquest of the Crystalline Dominion is complete, but while the Dalmekian army amasses near the Dominion's borders, their dominant, Hugo Kupka, is rather more interested in tormenting his own nation's bearers, all to ensnare Sid the Outlaw, the one he believes murdered his love. I think he's correct about that, isn't he? He has the correct suspicion on it. 5 years have passed since Sid died, and Clive has taken over where his friends left off. He and Jill journey to Kosnis, a ramshackle refugee settlement in Dalmekia, where a local informer reports that Hugo Kupka's minions are holding a group of bears hostage, and they were, and then we did that. And then we've got locations, which again, you can go there and get some information about it specifically.
Thus ends today's lesson.
Not since the Codex in Mass Effect have I seen something that is so comprehensive so that if you run across like a name or a face or a noun, and this is more comprehensive and laid out better. And I say that, hey, hello. Unfortunately, there's no like wave button. Tip your fedora.
Hither yon dance autumn winds atop the rotten pier of Sid's return.
Okay, there's our practice session if we want.
I don't know. Perhaps I should just have Blackthorn make me a new one.
And what can I do for you?
Ask with the Hideaway.
Well, you won't hear me complaining.
It's even roomier than the old one was. Got my own stores, my own little counter, and thanks to you lot fighting the good fight, plenty of demand for me wares.
The only drawback?
It's the constant bloody racket. If it's not Doris and Otto barking their orders, it's Blackthorn and Bardolph banging away day and night.
Still?
If a pain in the earhole's the price I have to pay to be Sid the Outlaw's partner in crime, I'd say I've got myself a bargain.
Let's ask about the 5. So what have you been up to for the past 5 years?
Has it really been 5 years since we left the old place? How time flies.
I remember it like it was yesterday.
We were all waiting to treat Sid to a hero's welcome when Kupka's Lodge turned up. Not that we knew it was them. They just poured in like a plague of rats, cutting down anyone and anything that stood in their way. Blood and bodies everywhere there was, and a voice crying out for Sid to save us in the midst of it all. I'll never forget those cries, try as I might.
You're our leader now, Clive.
Promise you won't let anything like that happen again. Promise me that come what may, Sid will save us. They have a much tighter relationship than they did before. There's a lot less snark here, I'm noticing.
Go on, then.
Really, in 5 years, you don't have a single better weapon. We gotta get you some new suppliers. Sold out? My goodness, I really need to get this woman a wagon. Channeler's Whispers, hold on, this is new. Automatically charges magical spells and maintains the charge until cast. Will not trigger unless the ability Charged Magic is learned. And then we've got Crimson Tassels. Increases limit break generation amount by 3% when dealing damage. I'm pretty good at the amount of limit break that we're getting. And then Cobalt Tassels. Oh, you could stack these together. Interesting, because that would take you up to 9%, and then you're really limit breaking. And we don't need that right now, and we're good on potions. Elixir is brand new. I don't think I want to spend $10,000 on it right now. What does this do? All HP. Yep, no, we're good for now. And then Cell, we'll worry about Cell later. I don't think we need to spend that much time on it. Now, upgrades we might want to do. That's the Orchestrion.
Have we any more knuckle pies?
Oh, you look like you could do with a drink.
Maybe such a cool name. Order a drink. Buy a round for the hall. And I'm not even kidding. Remember how I just said I wasn't going to do that? Why not raise everybody's spirits?
That's what we like to hear. Knock 'em back, everyone. Sid's buying. Oh, keep your mug handy.
I didn't think that ended the conversation, though.
What can I get you, Sid?
Chat with Maeve.
How am I getting on? Ah, about as well as you'd expect of a barmaid pouring sour ale for penniless outlaws in the middle of the Deadlands. And it'd be worse than that if Molly here didn't make the best stew this side of Stonehair, even if it is mostly just yesterday's leavings. Don't tell her you heard that from me, though.
Okay, and we're not going to do that multiple times.
Oh, you're not leaving already, are you?
If that's a stupid thing to do, I just figure, you know what? These people don't know if they're going to be alive tomorrow. Goots, why not give them something nice? As far as I'm concerned, we've been away for 5 years, so...
Clive, you're back. You didn't happen to run out of potions while you're away, did you? We've a fine selection of tonics and tinctures. Perhaps you'd be interested in some new accoutrement. Gear.
Well, it certainly would be, Goots, except you guys don't have any.
It's over to the Tavern Crown for me. You're smitten with the serving girl, are you?
Do we have any guesses as to what this is? I really do want to go see Tomes. Like, this is not an exploration session, but Clive's Chambers, Wall of Memories. So I can't... You guys, there's no memories right now except for the oath. And look, it's the rock with the 2 daggers in it, which means that we're going to put more stuff on. I cannot believe that this stuff is rolling out in, like, episode 10, that there's all of this new stuff now. Created the day Clive pledged his allegiance to Sid, this crystal shard transfixed with twin daggers is a powerful reminder of a promise made, a friendship forged, and a legacy inherited. And we owe this to Gav, by the way. Like, remember, he was the one who was... We're not leaving without this. He literally risked his life to get that. Can I say hello to the owl? No. Okay, I'm pretty sure that that's Vivienne. Or I think it's just Vivienne. Goblin coin. It looks like a crafting good. Let's now go on with the story. I am super duper impressed by that character map. I will stop talking about it now, but somebody put a lot of time, thought, and effort into that. We're telling a big story unfolding across multiple acts, multiple years. It's a huge, like, world-spanning story, and how do we help people keep it straight? Especially if, like, real life happens every once in a while. They got to put it down for a while. How do we make sure that they can keep up to date on the story? Mithril, a mineral most mighty. Introduction. Mithril is a material of both passing hardness and luster, and it is these two qualities for which it is valued by the weapon and armor smiths of the realm. However, there is a third quality of mithril that sets it apart from steel or shell, its durance. While even the finest steel may be melted by dragon's fire, become brittle in frigid climes, or turn to rust if not regularly and rightly oiled, mithril is, once made, eternally unchanging. In this volume, I will explain how one might go about making, shaping, and employing mithril in one's work. Oh. Sins of Dismekis.
Old Tome said the Hideaway is built inside an airship. Said it was called the Invincible.
I like Tomes has really upgraded his digs.
Norseman Harpocrates.
Now that is a name I have not heard for a long time. So long, in fact, I had half forgotten it was mine. Welcome home, Clive. You were missed, as always.
I believe this belongs to you. Vivian asked me to return it.
Ready? Our resident scholar devours books faster than young Tet does lemon tarts. Would that I could do the same. But alas, I no longer possess the necessary constitution for such indulgence, either in words or tarts. That said, I have continued my search for mention of the creature you encountered at Drake's Head. But without access to the great libraries of Oriflamme or the Dominion, I regret that I have been able to find little and less. I am sorry.
Please, don't apologize. I'll send word to our associates. See if they can't furnish you with more books.
I fear it is not more books that I require, but the right ones. Mayhap we look in the wrong places. There are still libraries to the north.
I'll see what I can do.
You are too kind. There are not many in this world who would indulge the whims of a tired old historian.
Not too tired to go filching Kupo nuts, though. Always got a pocket for him. Nicks him off the Moogle.
Hush now. We all know there's no such thing as Moogles.
The twins seem well.
Aye. Yet they laugh far too little for one so young. The loss of their parents weighs heavy on them, however well they hide it. Titan took much from us that night, from some more than others, and the wounds that remain, they are not quick to heal.
Which is why we must give them all the time they need.
That we must. Just as I must give you the time you need to recuperate. Good day, Clive.
Good day. Gav will be back soon. I should get some rest while I can.
Okay, it might now actually introduce the idea of his chambers and his wall of memories. Oh.
Not back a blink and you're already off solving everyone's problems. It looks good, Clive. Goes well with the scowl.
I'd had that brand for so long. I'd forgotten what life was like without it. What it was like to be myself. And it's all thanks to you, Talia.
The scalpel did most of the work. Ah, before I forget, a rider was here with a letter from Gav. Otto left it on your desk.
Otto stole us. All right, I'll have a look.
And then you get some rest.
What could Gav have thought worthy of a letter?
Taria, it is. Oh, here's the blacksmith.
Clive.
Ask about the Hideaway.
Things here ain't too bad.
I suppose. I've got a decent hammer, decent anvil, an apprentice that knows his hammer from his cock. Oh, and the furnace is alight and all, thanks to old Sid's bellows. The gods only know how I'd keep their coals hot enough out here on the mill without them. Not with bloody crystals, that's for sure.
Nah.
I reckon you won't find a forge like this one anywhere else in the Twins, and I count myself lucky to work it. Thanks for keeping me on. If you need anything, you give us a shout.
You've forgotten already? Because I haven't.
It was a right pain in the arse getting this place into shape, especially with the mess we were in. Not that it was anything new for those of us who put the old Hideaways together.
Still.
That don't mean I intend on doing it again.
So, what'll it be?
Yep, okay, so although we don't have anything new to buy, we do have things to upgrade. We can take flame tongues and make 11 bolt, it looks like. And that is better than anything else on the list. So we're gonna craft and hold.
It'd last you a good while.
Equip. And then let's take a look at the crafting thing. That's worse. And that's worse. Now let's look at reinforce. Nothing to reinforce here. Or here. Or here.
That it? Fine.
Have you been to the toll? I hear a new shipment's just arrived. Oh, no. I still owe her for a hairpin.
Hey, Jill.
Otto was here earlier with a letter from Gav. He left it on your desk.
I'll say this, if Clive and the others have noticeable scars on their cheeks from where their brands used to be, it doesn't seem super likely that they could regrow an eye for Gav. Reports, letters, and other important missives are addressed to Clive are delivered to the scroll icon reading table in his chambers. New messages are always arriving, so make it a point to check the reading desk upon returning to the Hideaway. And I made a little joke earlier. Clive is simultaneously not been away for 5 years. Like, clearly, like, he has his own chambers set up, but also it does feel like it's been a little bit since he's been back, probably since he and Jill went to the place that they were at the beginning of this act. The Republic's play. Oh, I do see he is missing an eye. No eye patch, though. I'm losing the bet with myself. The Republican army marches on the Empire at Twinside, and the men of the Rock have been summoned to the front. Something big is brewing, I reckon. I'll see you're done to wear upon my return. I'll see you're done to wear upon my return. I apologize, I don't know what that means.
What does Gav have to say?
The Republican army is on the march, leaving Randalar in Hugo Kuka's charge. With him and his men occupied with the defense of the capital, they're less likely to trouble us.
Good news, then.
It's more than that. This is our chance, the one we've been waiting for.
But look how far we've come. All that we have here, our friends, the Hideaway, are they not cause for joy?
5 years. 5 long years. If I could only command this power I've been granted, we might have achieved so much more. But each time I reach for it, it's like something is holding me back.
Summoning an Eikon exacts a price not easily paid. Your body knows this only too well. It's merely trying to save you from yourself.
And every burden I cannot bear falls to you.
This mission of ours has made me question everything I thought I knew. But one thing has become abundantly clear. The crystals take more than they give. In exchange for momentary comfort, we must endure a lifetime of pain, war after war, loss upon loss. And now they rob us of our very homes, leaving naught but dust and ash. But you're trying to change that. We're trying to change that. And to me, that's no burden.
I know, but...
Try not to forget. We're only here because Joshua gave us a second chance. It would be a pity to waste such a precious gift.
He did. He was there. It wasn't an illusion. I heard him call out to Ultima. If Joshua is still alive, he'll be looking for that thing.
Do you think he will ever come back?
I know he will. And we must be ready when he does. To a world without mother crystals. To Sid.
And so the North is lost.
I knew that the blight spread ever more swiftly, Your Grace. But this is far, far worse than any could have imagined.
It is only a matter of time before the twins are no more. The world marches ever closer to its end, and here we chase shadows. Tell me, brother, are our efforts in vain?
Master Clive, a moment, if you... my apologies, I didn't mean to... intrude.
Not at all. We were just discussing strategy.
Speak freely, Otto.
It's Martha, from the inn. She's gone missing. Anyway, I'll be in the mess when you've finished.
Very well. What would make Martha leave the rest?
Okay. They were 8 feet apart. Oh my god, I didn't mean to interrupt. There's either some cultural thing going on, which is incredibly possible, or these two really are together, and just having them with a little bit of alone time, people have generally gotten the sense, okay, no matter what's going on, just step back and let them enjoy their alone time. I'm looking forward to figuring out which one it is.
If something has happened to Martha, we need to speak with Otto.
It's not that, like, she has to be sitting in his lap for the others to get, like, the sense that they've walked in on something. But at the same time, if there's nothing going on between the two of them, this is two adult professionals having a meeting. And yes, they've got, like, drinks in their hands, but also they've come back from a trip, so you might think that they would be a bit parched. I would walk into that situation and said, hey guys, what's going on? Not, like, borderline shielding my eyes to avoid having seen the... you know, display that I walked in on, which is really just them two talking. You know what, Kupo there will let us know, Moogle will let us know about that board when he's ready.
What do we know, Otto?
Some lads from the Imperial garrison in Rosaria started a fight over at Martha's Rest. Blood was spilled, bones were broken. The usual. But somewhere in the middle of it all, Martha vanished without a word to anyone. And that ain't like her, Clive. Something's not right.
You think this was planned?
Of course it bloody was. Ever since Eastpool, the Empire's been tightening its grip round the Duchy's balls. They've strung up everyone who's ever set eyes on a runaway, claiming they're traitors to the Holy Throne, conspiring to restore the House of Rosfield to power. And now it sounds like the bastards have turned their attentions to the pallbearers meek enough to stay put. Naturally, old Martha could see the way the wind was blowing, complained that it was getting harder and harder to take bearers in.
And now she's missing. If she's fallen into the hands of the Empire, we could be next.
Couple of curse breakers are already on their way to the inn. They should help speed up the search. But if this is as bad as I think it is, you might end up having to save their asses and all.
Don't worry, Otto. I'll make sure everyone gets home safe.
Alright, I take it back. I am gonna ask. Nope. Okay, Nectar's not ready yet. Okay, find the curse bearers.
Martha is a survivor. We'll find her.
So, I'm not good with the subtle details of things like costuming, but I do notice that she currently has her hand, like one hand in a glove. Based on other things that we've learned in the world, I'm wondering if she's starting to succumb to the crystal curse. I am so sorry. Find the curse bearers, but surely you don't mean me to explore the entire world. Where am I going exactly to do that? Well, there's a side quest down here, so yeah, let's head down past boarding dock. I just straight do not remember if she was wearing one glove in the prior timeline. Or in the earlier era. How do we want to acknowledge the fact that it's been 5 years?
Finish with that, Lord.
Welcome back, Sid.
Damn blighted bilge.
Is everything all right?
Aside from the holes in my hull, everything's roses.
The lake water doesn't agree with it, then?
That's one way of putting it. And unless you got some grand scheme to suck the black from the lake like we do in the atrium, that slurry will keep eating away at the timber like young Tech does our lemon tarts. Suppose a coat of pitch might stave off the rot for a moon or so. Assuming we had any pitch, which we don't. Not any bloody more. Doubt the old tub's got more than a dozen runs left in him.
Of course, Obolus. Your skiff is our only means of reaching the mainland. Without it, we'd be lost.
Well, I'm glad someone round here sees it that way. To make pitch, you need pitch trees. But in case you haven't noticed, live trees are one of the 1,000 things sorely lacking in the Deadlands. Now, I'm not so unkind as to ask you to fell a faraway forest and lug the logs back here to the mere, which is why we'll be needing a suitable alternative. And it just so happens I once heard the thorny pitchers of Curltail Falls cover themselves in a sticky wax to trap birds and beetles and whatnot. Might be enough to tide me over.
Sounds easier than felling a faraway forest. That's for certain.
Caulk Bawl. Got it. Oh, I'm a child.
Never been to Curltail Falls myself. Never seen a curl for that matter. Not that I want to. I heard they'll tear a man from cock to crown soon as look at him. Good thing all we need is some wax from a thorny pitcher. How hard can that be, hmm?
Okay, do we think there's anything else here? We are not going to the Rhetstone. Oh, I I don't think that we talked to Tomes, but we're gonna have to come back here in a minute anyway. Let's go see if we can do this quest. I don't want to go back all the way there and then we have to run to the end. Open the world map. Yes, please. All right, let's go do 3 reads. Rising waters transformed once fertile farmland into a noisome morass, rendering it nigh uninhabitable to all but leeches and lizards. Can we just go down here? I guess so. Like, there was another way down. Do we need to walk around? Because I kind of feel like we got it.
Forest, I said. Trees don't have teeth. Stay down.
So how do I shoot it? Is it B again? I think it is, because I've done this. Okay. Just trying to work out the exact controls for, like, finesse and combo purposes. Yep, press B to fire lightning bolts.
I can't imagine Obelisk needing any more than this. Time to head home.
He might want more in, you know, a couple days. Might be nice to bring him some extras. But let's just go back now. Oh, that's not.
Well, did you find me some wax?
Find is one way of putting it.
Ugh! Reeks like a chocobo's arse. Well, I don't suppose the Argo will mind as long as he stays above the waves.
Argo? So your boat has a name? I didn't know.
Yeah. Same as my old man. He was a ferryman himself back before the Blight came. The boat's all I have left of him. And thanks to you, he'll sail another day.
All right, and we got a new item there. Let's go see if we can... So this increases defense by 10, but Badge of Might that we just picked up increases attack by 12, which is a tier higher. Let's go ahead and put that on. Okay, I kind of want to go talk to Tomes very quickly, and then we can just open up the map from there. The reason I want to talk to Tomes is that when you speak to him and it, like, raises the bar, you advance, like, your lore XP, and I think that it's always cumulative. Like, I don't think we lose out on it, but I just really want to be sure.
All's well.
Seems like a convenient time to stop by.
My knowledge is yours.
Well, before we view the 1,000 tomes, let's ask about the Hideaway.
Look around you.
While it's a far cry from the Imperial Library at Oriflamme, in 5 short years, we have amassed more volumes than most men or women might hope to see in their lifetime. No longer are the tales they contain hidden away from all but the privileged. We have liberated them, that they may fill the minds of all who hunger for knowledge.
Still,
there is much more out there, and as long as I draw breath, I shall continue to gather what I can.
Why?
One day, a chronicle of your own adventures might even grace these shelves, or failing that, the floor.
It has been difficult, certainly.
When Titan visited his wrath upon us that dreadful night, we lost much. He robbed us not only of our home and our loved ones, but of that which Sid fought fiercest to preserve, our hope. Hope that we might never have found again if you had you not taken his name and become our light in the darkness.
Had you not led us here?
To Benumer and the Invincible, where among the ghosts of the fallen our journey can continue. Here, in the belly of a Leviathan untouched by the passing of 1,000 years, does our hope burn brighter than ever, and here may it burn for 1,000 more. Tet and Crow.
I still remember.
The day I first met Tet and Crow, chasing their father about the Hideaway one moment, clinging to their mother's kirtle the next. The twins' love for their parents was something to behold, so fierce and pure. When they passed, I feared the void they left in their children's lives could never be filled. Neither spoke nor smiled for years, hiding themselves away here in the shelves to bury their sorrows in the leaves of these tomes.
And thank goodness they did.
For I believe the stories proved a welcome distraction, as over time their pain faded, and now they laugh and frolic as they once did, if not with more vigor. They remind us that no matter how deep our wounds, we all have the capacity to heal. And that happiness lost may be found again.
I don't believe you've read this particular chapter before.
There we go.
Now this, I believe you will find most interesting.
Okay, so we'll just take a look at the new entries here. The Continental Accord, an international pact made at the dawn of the present era, in which such matters as the treatment of bearers and the establishment of a realm-wide currency were laid out. It formed the basis of much of Velithian society as it stands today, including the branding of bearers and their status as non-persons. It also put in place a universal calendar, making a symbolic fresh start for mankind, albeit one which put magic users at a crippling disadvantage. And we know about bearers and brands, as I feel like we do. So let's go to the founder. Fear and uncertainty, this is a quote, fear and uncertainty reigned in those early years following the sins of Demechus. Not wanting to further incur the wrath of the heavens, the few who survived the fall took to wandering the land, spurning magic and staying to the shadows, and so they lived for decades. One man, however, grew tired of this life, if it could be called that, and after bidding his companions farewell, climbed a grassy knoll overlooking a forest of beech and alder. Here, he grabbed a pile of rubble and used it to build a humble shelter in which he spent the night. The next morning, however, instead of abandoning his work, as was his people's wont, he gathered more rocks, adding to the structure until the shelter had become a shack. This he continued for days, weeks, until the shack had become a home. At first, those few wanderers who passed the knoll would shun him, cursing the man under their breath for his hubris. But as his estate grew and one building became 2, and 2 3, the people began to slow their steps, and it was not long before some took to joining him on that knoll, gathering stones, building new lives, new destinies. This they did without magics or machines, without boon or blessing. They relied on naught but their hands, their backs, their wills, and each other. And slowly, house gave way to village, village to town, and town to nation. The man would one day die, as all men do, but those who remained continued his legacy, expanded upon it, and though his name was eventually forgotten, his spirit lives on to this day in the hearts of all Rosarians. Legend of the Founder, Moss the Chronicler. Let's just maybe take a quick look at Moss the Chronicler. Far fabled scholar of Velithian history and legend, even to this day, much of the surviving knowledge of the distant antiquity of the twins issued from his quill. And by the way, if I remember correctly, the twins are like the 2 continents, divided by that strait, if I remember correctly. In his later years, his writings attracted fierce criticism from certain scholarly circles, which resulted in him removing himself from public life.
What subject shall we consider today?
Since we have to go find Martha, landlady of the Golden Stables, the tavern at the heart of Martha's Rest. She's also a friend of Sid's cause, keeping the Hideaway supplied with both victuals and information on developments in Western Storm, a second string to her business that she strives to keep secret from the Imperial authorities. Let's read about Cid the Outlaw. Leader of the faction believed responsible for the shattering of Drake's head in 873. With a single act of infamy, Cid's name quickly spread to the four corners of Valisthea and beyond.
Did you learn everything you needed?
No, for now. Alright, let's go to the world map. And I think that we would like to go to Martha's Rest. Atop a rocky tor overlooking the countryside nests Martha and her flock, offering well-earned respite to all who would make the climb. Just want to double-check, because some of these, after 5 years, might have some additional details.
What happened here?
Come on. We need to find the others.
Fucking Imperial. Best off staying where we are for now, I reckon.
Let's get you to a physical.
Cid? What said you'd be coming?
I trust you don't mind. Also thought you might need some help. And it appears he was right.
You, could say that, yes. They're saying the Imperials descended like a storm. No one was spared their fury. Martha tried to step in and calm things down, but all our efforts got her were a pair of iron shackles and a hard march.
Any idea where?
Judging by their tracks, they headed towards Sorrowwise Bay.
To the Abbey, sheltering Martha's bearers.
The bastards. Jill and I will go after them. You take care of the people here.
We will. But, before you go, one of the locals heard something. He said the soldiers were talking about a culling. I don't know how big this is, but it doesn't sound good. Be careful out there, Cid.
You do the same.
Just want to note that Gladamon Valley there, Abbey rather...
Cole is right. That was no tavern brawl. It was a message.
But a culling. Bearers are the property of the Empire. The garrison wouldn't have the authority to act alone. The orders would have had to have come from higher up.
The Abbey where we're going was the place that was basically hospice care for bearers that were too far gone and writhing in agony as their bodies crystallized around them. I mean, it was a painful, horrible death. So for them to raid that place indicates that they're so bloodthirsty for bearers that, like, they just haven't died quickly enough.
Look. Up ahead. Martha, are you hurt?
Don't worry about me. It's them at the Abbey who need you. You have to do something. Tell us what happened.
What happened? The damn Black Shields, that's what happened.
The Black Shields?
The bastards caught wind. The abbot and I were helping bearers. They were gonna hang us both. When the sick rose from their beds, poor souls turned on the Imperials. Distracted them long enough for me to get away.
Then they may still be alive. Martha, do you think you can make it back to the inn? Cole is there with the other curse breakers.
I think so. Thank you, Clive.
Black Shields. Is this some sort of twisted joke? There has only ever been one Order of Shields in Rosaria, and they fought to defend all her citizens.
Seems a step too far, even for the Empire.
Wait, where's the other one? Oh, hold on, there's one more.
Wake and win!
Interesting that purple power is lightning. I would have gone with blue usually for lightning.
Too late.
There might still be someone inside.
No.
Damn it.
I thought you lot were all spent.
Murderers. They drove the bearers to this.
Wait. These two aren't turned.
That bitch of an innkeeper must have sent them. Colluding with the enemies of the Empire is a serious offense.
And for their crimes shall they be punished. Such is the law. To dwell in darkness that we may purge the night and welcome lasting dawn. On these our swords we swear.
How dare you speak those words? Have you no honor?
Clive.
This won't take long.
No, and also, why else did we come? So that lightning bounce, it puts him up pretty high. I think if I use the Phoenix Dash, it would work real well.
Is that all of them?
I think so. I didn't see the abbot. He may still be alive.
Just before we go in there, let me just look over here. You just never know when you're going to turn a corner and, oh, there was a cool chest there that I'd missed. Maybe they restocked it over the last 5 years.
Found her.
The abbot.
The bearers died protecting him. Calling upon what little magic they had left in their bodies.
Clive. He's breathing.
We're friends of Martha. We're here to help.
Are the Imperials dead?
They are. Every last one.
If only that were true. The Black Shields will return. The Cullings will continue. Rosaria will never be saved unless we save her. Tell Mother to beg Sid's aid and tell her this wasn't her fault.
I shall.
Sid! Where are you? Sid!
In here! We found a survivor!
Clive. He's gone.
We've laid the abbot to rest. But the bearers... they didn't need to die like this.
No, they didn't. But it was their choice. They knew the fate that awaited them and chose to meet it on their terms, fighting for those who fought for them.
Martha said they rose from their beds, threw themselves at the Imperials so she and the abbot could escape.
I've gathered the bearers' remains. We should consign them to the tide.
There's a drawbridge not far from here. Radix Jump. The currents there are swift. If the abbot was still with us, he'd have taken the dust there himself and performed the casting. I'll get someone to...
I'll do it.
Of course. Cole and I will remain here and see to the Imperials.
Let's not be surprised when we get some dialogue here, but it's just occurring to me that if you knew that the mother crystals and the shards that they give off, the little crystals that people keep in their holsters and stuff, hold on. Oh, see, I didn't do it fast enough. If you knew that the shards of crystal that everybody carries around their holsters, that those were leaching the ether out of the land and would eventually make things barren, then in order to have that same level of functionality for your kingdom, you know, people who can generate water and wind and so forth, what if they didn't have to use crystals? What if the ether that was used up was inside their own bodies? Suddenly you have all of the functionality that you would need from crystals, but it does less environmental harm, and the only thing that you have to do is to harvest the life force of these people that were born with these abilities, and again, convincing people to do so by simply declaring them to be subhuman, non-citizens, not real people that you need to worry about. This is completely new. And a bounty? Every now and then, Clive may encounter creatures larger, faster, and more ferocious than most. While flight is always an option, defeating these notorious marks can earn him not only renown, but also rare materials that may be used to craft new gear or upgrade existing items. I am all about it. Let's take on the bounty. Also, this thing is gross, and I want to kill it.
You think it's spotted us, Torgal? What am I saying? Of course it has. It's a floating eyeball.
Oh, what is this? What's wrong with me? Hold on, I think I just don't want to be in there. I don't know what it means. Move! Oh, this seems bad for me, though. No thanks. Okay, don't hang out in that anymore.
There's a good boy. Too slow. Nice try.
Hold on, I'm not doing the move that I want. Okay, so that's Doom. That's what that move is.
That's better.
Oh my goodness. Darn it! Okay, let's just focus on not getting doomed. I'm gonna take another potion. Nope. Okay. Really, really bad timing for that. Oh, get his ass, though. We'll almost have him. Okay, don't eat too much more of that.
You didn't see that coming.
Oh, I just wasn't expecting a one-liner for the big eyeball. So that was fun. That was a challenging fight. I had to take a couple potions there. And I don't mean that in a, oh gosh, I had to heal. Let me wipe a single bead of sweat from my brow. Like, that dude was putting out a lot of damage and was really difficult to pin down, so it was a fun fight. Briar clam shells, I feel like those are new.
So shall the waters cleanse thee of thy burden, and bear it out to sea.
And now they are truly free.
I hope so. What of the Imperials?
A pyre was made. It's more than they deserve. We should go back. Cole is worried about Martha.
All right.
No one survived then.
I'm sorry. Before he passed, one of them bade me tell you not to blame yourself.
Doesn't mean I won't. Doesn't mean their blood's not on my hands. Cole said you cast their remains. That was good of you. But it should have been me. This was all my fault.
How? You couldn't have known.
But I did. And I turned a deaf ear to the warnings like the fool I am. The rumors started moons ago. Of black-clad devils descending on villages in the dead of night to slit the throats of sleeping bearers. But I assumed it was all just nonsense concocted by the Empire. Nothing but a ghost story meant to make folk think twice about lending a hand to a fugitive bearer.
And in ordinary times you would have been right. What these Black Shields are doing is unthinkable. Which begs the question, why do it at all? My mother obviously has a hand in this. I cannot make sense of her actions.
Unpicking what goes on in that woman's head is a job for someone with more time on their hands. Right now, I need swords and men to wield them, preferably big ones. If those Imperials think they can come in here again and threaten my people, they're in for a rude awakening. Oh, before I forget, a Stolas from Otto landed just before you arrived. He asked me to tell you that Gav has returned.
Then we must as well. Will you be all right here, Martha?
We can stay longer if you wish.
No need. I'll be ready should the Imperials come calling. Though I wouldn't turn my nose up if you were to lend me a pair of them strapping young curse-breakers. Those poor souls died to give me a chance to save others. I won't let their sacrifice be in vain.
If you don't mind, Sid, I'd like to stay here with Martha. Just until she finds someone to guard the rest, that is.
Yeah, there's clearly some limitations to what potions and high potions and ethers can do, because otherwise I'd be passing those out like candy. It must be horrible to have masked men wearing black armor just raiding quiet, peaceful communities in the dead of night, going after disadvantaged people who are just trying to live their lives in peace and brutalizing them for absolutely no reason whatsoever. And to just revel in the pain and chaos that they can cause, even though there's no benefit to anyone, just sort of like just enjoying their ability to hurt people with impunity.
We'll return to the Hideaway as soon as we've finished our ministrations.
What a horrible way to have to live.
Best off staying where we are for now, I reckon.
Try not to move.
Oi! You there! You handy with that sword of yours? Course you are. Bet you're a bloody marvel with the thing. Now, question is, are you willing to use it or not? 'Cause a flock of noble chocobos are in need of help.
Chocobos?
You heard me right. Wild birds? The big ones? And not just any chocobos at that. Whiteheart and her flock are the bravest birds you ever did see. They protect travellers round these parts from bandits and the like.
Chocobos? Fighting bandits?
It's true. Why, they saved me from a gang of footpads only yesterday. Nasty lot they were too. And now they're back, looking to settle the score. Oh, go on then. Don't just stand there. Go and help them.
Clive, you have seen way weirder stuff than this.
All right.
There's a good lad.
Where can I find these chocobos?
I saw him cut across the way over yonder. The rotten scoundrels were driving the poor things towards the old dock. It's a dead end, that is. You save Whiteheart and her flock, you hear me? There ain't a pluckier bird in all the world. She's a hero to us locals. And don't worry, you'll know her when you see her right enough. I'm sure I will.
And good luck to you. And give those no-good bastards a hiding from me.
My only concern about this, and not really concerned, but I was killing wild chocobo myself 5 years ago. I wasn't looking to pick the fight, but they were there and I attacked and I got experience for it and I didn't feel bad about it. Now I really do.
Whiteheart is the pride of Rosaria. You mustn't let those bastards lay a finger on that noble bird. Find her and her flock. Make sure they're all right.
I will do. All right. I just wanted to make sure that there weren't any other green marks over here because the green plus is interesting. I feel like that's not usually the symbol that we get for a side mission.
Whiteheart. That's quite a name for a chocobo.
I'm just entertained by the idea that just odds are, as popular as Final Fantasy is, it's more likely than not that the voice actor for like Rowan there has never heard of a chocobo before, has no idea what nonsense dialogue is about a white bird that you gotta go save. It's just, do the voice actors ever like, what are you talking about? What is this story that you want me to do? What's my motivation here?
A white feather. I thought Ambrosia was one of a kind. Speaking of brave birds. Looks like they went that way.
All right, if we had not looked at the character map before, I absolutely would not remember that Ambrosia was the name of the white chocobo ridden by his father. Hold on. It's very slow to turn is all.
Make it look easy.
Oh. Hold on, did we... Oh yeah, it's been 5 years since I've pet Torgal. Torgal.
I feel good, boy.
Torgal's so cool. He still seems to be very young and spry. I am perfectly comfortable with breaking realism if Torgal remains youthful when we flash cut again another 20 years and he is just as nice as he is now. Let's just keep
chocobos aren't going down without a fight.
Torgal young and healthy.
Got you cornered, Feathers. You didn't think you'd seen the last of us, did you? You've been bad for business. But I reckon someone will pay good coin to mount your head on their wall.
Not around here, they won't.
Oh. And why's that, eh?
Because she's something of a hero in these parts. You hurt her, and I hurt you.
Piss off. Or better still, how about we hurt you both?
All right then. But don't say I didn't warn you.
Oh, someone is alive. I tried so many times to avoid that. Oh my god, just stand there while you eat it. Thank you, Torgal. It's such a wind-up, and I get hit by it.
You're safe now. White Heart, I presume. Do you know her, boy? That scar. It couldn't be. Ambrosia. It is you. You survived. And you found yourself a flock.
Oi! Is it over? I thought I'd come and see how you were getting on. Oh, you sorted the bastards then. I knew you would. And the whole flock made it through unscathed.
Thankfully, they did. And not only that.
Well, I'll be. I never stopped to think our hero here might once have been someone's mount. Though I dare say she'd suit a fine fellow like yourself. Reckon our feathered friend must have learned a thing or two from her master. Kind-hearted warrior that you are. Bird like her would have cost a princely sum. You born a lord or something?
Well,
Oh, no, sorry. I didn't mean to pry. Don't matter who you are. You done right by me.
What is it, girl?
She wants her master back, I reckon. Told you. And it seems her pals agree.
Is that it? You want to come with me?
Well, bugger me if this ain't a heartwarming sight. The lads down the stables will be hearing about this tonight. Oh, stay right where you are. Doesn't she cut an handsome figure, eh?
She does indeed. How much do I owe you?
Few scraps of leather's the very least I owe old Whiteheart. Oh, I'll be sad to see her go, of course. But she's earned her right to happiness and more besides. Don't you worry, we'll get along just fine without her. You hear that, Whiteheart? You've earned yourself some time off. You have fun traveling with your master now. You seem awful familiar now I get a proper look at you. That's it. When those chocobos swarmed my cart on the road, didn't you? No, that can't be right. That fellow was a bearer.
Must have been my double.
Oh, must have been, eh? Oh, that'll be the excitement getting to me. Silly sod that I am. Pay me no mind. Anyhow, best be on my way. Good luck to the both of you.
You take care of your flock for now. I'll call you when I need you.
Wait, they all got saddles? After 18 long years, Clive has finally been reunited with his faithful steed. Hold right stick while in the field to summon Ambrosia and mount the chocobo, which we will do immediately. So, you guys, there's only one single white chocobo in the whole story, and maybe it's just because we never really saw Clive riding Ambrosia, but in my memory, it belonged to his father, and I do remember the scene. Like, I just never thought that any of this would get a callback. The chocobo that saved him from like the debris when Joshua was fighting, or Joshua was freaking out. He wasn't yet fighting, but he was sort of like turning into the bird and sort of thrashing around. I never wondered whatever happened to that chocobo. So we are 100% doing that. All right, Jill, have fun. Gallop hold. Oh, also, I do want to shout out that we did get an eye patch in this episode. Oh, it's not on the character that I was expecting. Okay, but that said, so now we can ride Ambrosia, and hopefully I will remember to do that. And otherwise, we have no other business in this section of the world. So let's go back to the world map, and we're going to go back to the Hideaway.
Where's Gav?
A new missive has been delivered to the chambers. Let's go check the chambers.
I hear there's trouble in Rosaria.
Gav, we will be right with you.
You think it's all right to touch him?
Wait, touch who?
I don't know. You go first.
Oh, don't worry. Torgal's going to let you know if it's not cool to touch him. Okay, and now we have Ambrosia's tack details. A saddle and blinders crafted specifically for Clive's childhood chocobo, Ambrosia. Even after being separated from her master, the noble steed served the people of Rosaria in his stead, protecting the defenseless from the merciless, just as a good shield should. So awesome. A bird by any other name. Forgive my insistence on writing you these silly letters. Would that we had more time to speak to each other in person, but for every day we spend together, it feels as though we must suffer to apart. I'm gladdened to hear of your most unexpected reunion with Ambrosia, or should I say Whiteheart. I like Whiteheart as it's a cooler name. You told me once how your chocobo sacrificed herself to protect you that night at Phoenix Gate, and here, so many years later, we find that she has spent her life doing that exact same thing, defending others. Some things never change, do they, Clive? Signed, Jill. I love her signature, and now we saw the signature on the previous one as well, here from Gav. So when it was like RTU, it was like, oh, maybe that's just like a design or something, just thrown there for flair. But given Given the fact that this has a different one, I'm going to assume that this is what the written script in this world actually looks like when it's not being translated into, in this case, English. All right, let's go talk to Gav.
Clive! Oh, I've missed that scowl.
Where's my report?
What, no kind words for your old pal Gav?
If it's kind words you're after, you're fishing in the wrong barrel. Now sit down, you fool.
So, you remember how quick the Empire was to occupy the Dominion after the fall of Drake's head? And how pissed off all the other nations were that they didn't think to do it first?
Half a century of independence gone at the whim of a madman. So much for their bloody treaty.
Clearly, the promise of unblighted land and the world's supply of crystals was too much for his radiance to resist. And now the Republic's finally decided to follow suit, using liberation as an excuse to declare war on Sambrek. Lined up right outside the Dominion's gates as we speak, looking to starve the Imperials into submission.
And now all eyes are on the Strait of Author.
Well, the two nations beat their shields. The rest sharpen their daggers, ready to set upon the war-weary victor. They'll never see us coming. It's time we moved on the mother crystals.